Alright guys, I know it's been a couple months since I've posted any videos. January was a pretty cold month for Houston, and since I work outside, it was tough to do any work on any of the cars. I have been fishing, but I haven't really been catching anything, so it just hasn't been worth posting any videos on me not catching anything. But spring is here, weather's getting a lot better, and I have a new project. If you watch my videos, you probably noticed the silver Passat or Volkswagen parked behind my Subaru. This was a parts car that was purchased from Copart, and we've been on the hunt. Me and my brother have been on the hunt for a Passat to fix and possibly try to make some money on it. So right now the Subaru project is kind of on hold, but not really. But let's take a quick look at what we got here. So we were able to get this pretty decent shape. The interior is a little dirty, but it's a 10-year-old car, so can't expect perfect. As you can see, the Subaru is still sitting there. Everything runs good on the Subaru. The only thing I need to do is some body work and paint. And again, since I'm doing everything in my front yard and at my house, I'm gonna have to wait till some good weather in order to paint, because you need to paint in at least 70 degrees, and also since I'll be painting outside, I'll need to pick a day where it's not as windy. And this Passat was basically a flood car. According to the previous owner, it was a running and driving Passat until it got flooded. You can see the water line right there. The car starts and drives, but the ECU for the transmission was damaged, so it doesn't shift. So we're hoping that we can use some of the parts in this car to repair this car. Basically, the problem with this car is the transmission is not shifting. The ECU itself looks pretty dry. A pretty common problem with these Passats is the drain lines will get clogged up under the hood where the battery sits and where the cabin filter sits. And if they get clogged, they'll fill up and get the ECU wet. But in this particular case, it doesn't look like that's the issue. It may actually be the transmission on this. So the best way for me to quickly diagnose that is to pull the transmission ECU out of this car and put it into the Copart Passat and give it a quick test drive to see if it'll move and drive like normal, because technically, according to the previous owner, the silver Passat had a good transmission and good engine in there. And the only way to, and I guess we're about to find out. So as you can see here, the ECU essentially sits under here, the kick panel, and it's pretty easy to get to. We already took the ECU out. To check it, so we're gonna go ahead and plug it into the other Passat. The only other thing I need to do first is I need to move the battery from this car to the other Passat, and also change out the brake booster hose, so that way we can actually have functioning brakes on that car. Man, that battery is no joke to get out. Hopefully this stupid thing still starts. It's been about at least 4 or 5 months since we've tried starting this thing. Parts beside I was able to shift properly. I didn't really take it full speed, but I mean it shifted it shifted through the first gear, no problem, which it didn't do before. In fact, before you couldn't even get the car to go past like 10 miles per hour. So it's kind of a good thing and a bad thing, right? Good news is the ECU is good. Bad news is I'm gonna have to replace the transmission in the other Passat. An ECU is a lot easier to replace than a transmission, but I guess it wouldn't be much of a YouTube video if all I had to do was swap an ECU. So I guess this is just a preview of what's to come, and I guess we'll get to see how much work will go into swapping the transmissions between the two cars, and like always at the end of the video I'll go ahead and do a cost breakdown and you know how much I sell the vehicle for and all that good stuff, so that way if you guys ever want to try to play this game of buying a car and fixing it, you can kind of get an idea of how much it's going to cost. But I guess I'll see you in the next video.